Hi guys, Jimmy here. Welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's doing well, staying safe. And if you're in the UK, enjoying this scorching weather we are having. Yes, it is absolutely record breaking for a bank holiday weekend. Wherever you are, hope you guys are doing well. So it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a vlog. I took a holiday away, went to Germany, went to Berlin and Hanover, and just decided not to do any vlogs whilst I was away. And when I came back, I just thought I'd still carry on and just take a bit of a break. However, I did record something whilst I was away one evening after I had a few beers. I'll tag that in at the end. And you can see me trying to pronounce one of the films that I got, which just turned into a bit of a disaster. But yeah, so I'll just tag that on as a bonus at the end. But what I'm going to talk about today is two things that I've done that I wasn't expecting to do. So yeah, went to Germany, went to Hanover first of all, and then went to Berlin. And when I was in Berlin, I knew that my favourite horror film of all time, Demons, was filmed in Germany. So you get a lot of the outside scenes which are done in Germany. All the special effects and whatnot I think were done back in Italy, but a lot of the locations were done in Germany, and the most famous location is the Metropole Cinema. Yes, I went to the Metropole Cinema. It has changed a bit. I couldn't go in there because the day I went there was a sign on the door and it said no photography, no photography, no pictures, no video. They were just like banning it outright. And it was interesting who was going in and out of it. So there was some sort of event going on that was different. It was different, shall we say? But I can't say any more than that. So yeah, I went there, and as I'm saying this, I'll show you some of the clips that I was doing when I was there. But I was so stoked that I got to see the actual famous Metropole cinema, and I wish I took this with me, but I didn't realise the hotel I booked in Berlin was going to be so close to it. Literally was about a 15-minute walk from my hotel, and that was a stroll. But yeah, I was so happy to get it. There was a couple of old fellas sitting on a bench just looking at me thinking, oh, not another bloody tourist. And I was just like, oh, yeah, let me go around the side here, let me take a picture of this, let me take a picture of that. As I said, you're going to see it, but I was so happy I got to see it. That made my holiday. I've never really sought out a movie location before, so I was when I googled it, where was the Metropole Cinema, and it literally came up 1.2 miles away. I was like, I'm on my way. So I did that, which was quite nice, and Berlin was all right. Had some fantastic steaks there. Might chuck a few of those pictures in as well, let me tell you. And the wheat beers, yes, do like a wheat beer now. That's my new thing. But when I was in Hanover, went shopping with the missus one day, and she was with some of her friends, and we were walking around some mall. I didn't realise there was anything in there. And I found a shop that can be best described as what Game used to be. Remember when Game used to not only sell computer games, but they used to have a second-hand section of movies? It was like that. And so I was looking around, having a look, and I got the Purge 5 movie collection. It cost me €14.99, which I think works out about £13. And it's a nice little digipack as well, so I was more than happy to get this. I really do enjoy the Purge films. I like the TV series as well, actually. But I was more than happy to get this because I enjoy all of these films. I think they're fantastic. Yeah, so I got that for, as I said, £13. I thought that was an absolute no-brainer. So I've got that one. And then when I was in Hanover one day, again, Mrs. was shopping with her friends, so I said, look, I'm going to head off out. And I went to this shop a couple of years ago when I was in Hanover, actually. I couldn't film the way there because, one, I wasn't planning on going there, but two, the area's changed a little bit, so I didn't want to take my phone out and whatnot. So yeah, so I didn't do that. But I did pick up some movies when I went there. I picked up 5 films, in fact. One of them is a steelbook, one of them is a limited edition, and the others are Blu-rays. So first up, I've got a steelbook of We Are What We Are. Never heard of it before, but it just sounded good, and it cost me €3.95. All these prices are in euros. What's that, about $3.20 or something like that in English pounds? So I've got that. Looking forward to watching that one. So that was a good pickup. Then I got, let me see, Columbine. So I enjoyed this film a lot, actually. And again, that was only $3.95. And they had lots of these Blu-ray cases with different colours on. So this has got like a green, is it? A green-grey case to it. So I was more than happy with that one. I said, I do like this film, actually. I enjoy this film a lot. So I picked up that one. And then I got, now this, I haven't seen this film since the early 80s. And when I saw the case the case was like that, and I thought like an orange case for a movie. Picked it out, and it cost me $7.95, and it is Slapshot. It is the Paul Newman film from, I think it's the late 70s. It's about an ice hockey team, but these three brothers in the back here, they're absolute bloody lunatics from what I can remember. Now, I kid you not, I haven't seen this film since the early 80s. It's gone back years and years. I just remember the scene where they're absolutely battering the crap out of a vending machine. That's the only part I remember of this. But look at that case. The case is absolutely, it's like a mustard colour. Absolutely love the case, and that's all I saw, and I thought, right, pick this up, and then it was that film, and I was like, that is a right result. So as I said, got that for $7.95. Then I got I'll go with this one actually, yeah. So then I got I got Nude Nuns with Big Guns. This, yeah, I love this film. I think this film is brilliant. I really do. I really love this film. You've got internal artwork as well. I've just got to cover that a little bit up there, sorry. You've got internal artwork on it as well. It's a fantastic exploitation film. And when I handed it in at the counter, the guy was speaking German to the girl, and they said something about this film. And I just said, it's a classic. And the girl laughed, she smiled. She's a good looking girl. And she smiled, but I was like, do you know what? I've got to have it. It's just a brilliant film. So that was quite good. But when he was speaking to her in German, I was like, okay, fair enough then. And then I left the store, and then I walked around the side of it, and they had a glass cabinet there. And I was like, actually, let me have a look in the glass cabinet. And I did. And then I saw this film, and I never knew George A. Romero directed this. And it's called Night Riders. And this was a digipack. So I'm looking forward to watching this because, as I said, I've never heard anything about it. I was looking from the outside, went back in, saw the girl and said, can I have a look in your cabinet? Jay, behave yourself. So she said, yeah. Oh my God, James, what is wrong with me? There you go. So yeah, so this is a nice little media book. What did this cost me? This cost me $11.95. It's a bargain. They did have a media book of Sin City Part 2. They wanted €20 for it, and it had a comic book in there. But I've got it already, and I thought I can't keep doubling down on it. So that's what I got. I was more than impressed with my little haul. I'm so glad I got Slapshot. Honestly, I just think that's a brilliant film. And so I think I've done quite well. And I got to see the Metropole Cinema as well. So all in all, it was a good little trip. I had a fantastic time. Picked up 6 movies, so I was happy with that. Anyway, guys, listen, thank you for watching. If you want to watch the next part of this, where I've had a few beers and I'm basically describing what I've got, do check it out, have a bit of a laugh. Anyway, guys, listen, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you real soon. Hi guys, Jimmy here. Welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, and enjoying the weekend so far. So, I am not in my regular place. No, I am on holiday in Deutschland. Yes, I am in Germany. Sprechen Sie Deutschen? No, I don't. Not a lot, let me tell you. But, you know, I'm on holiday. I went out the other day and I wasn't planning on picking anything up, but I came across a movie shop that I went to a number of years ago. I didn't take any pictures of it or anything like that because I just really wasn't planning on doing anything. And I thought to myself, do you know what? It's only a mile away. So I left the missus shopping in a shopping centre, and I said, you stay in the shopping centre, you'll be okay. I'm going to go for a walk. And lo and behold, I disappeared for about an hour and a half. The area was okay, but I couldn't really film down that area, if you know what I mean. I had to be a bit cautious. But I did pick up a few bits. So first up, I picked up The Purge. Yeah, I got The Purge 5 movie collection. I've been after this for a while. And this is the digipack one that I got. And this cost me €14.99, which I think is about £13.50. So I was more than happy for that, and I absolutely love the Purge films. I really do enjoy these films. And then I went to this video shop, a movie shop that I saw, and I picked up 5 items in there. So the first one I got was a steelbook, We Are What We Are. I think I've heard of it, but for $3.95 for a Blu-ray steelbook, I thought I'd have that, and it does sound interesting. So yes, I picked that up, $3.95, can't go wrong with that. I'm just going through, and then I got Columbine, Sorry, I've actually had a beer. Columbine, sorry, I've still said it wrong. Whichever way you pronounce it. Anyway, I do like this film. So this was $3.95 as well. So I thought, yeah, I'll have a bit of this. Then I got this one. I didn't realise that George A. Romero had done actually, and it's called Night Riders. It's from the early 80s, I do believe. It's a media book. So it's got English on there as well, so that's quite all right. And that was $11.95, so I thought it was a cracking bargain for that. So I'm actually looking forward to this because I didn't know, I'm sure I've heard of the film, but I didn't know George A. Romero actually directed it. So yeah, bang, got that. And then I've got two films. Which one should I start with? We'll start with this one. So I love this film. This is so bad. So I got Nude Nuns with Big Guns. This is a brilliant exploitation film. I would like to show you the inside cover. Actually, yeah, I can do. Yeah, I can do sort of, yeah. So inside artwork, I've had to cover up the top part there, sorry, because yeah, that would go against guidelines. But I got Nude Nuns with Big Guns. And the funniest thing was, the shop I was in, the guy behind the counter was speaking German to the girl who was serving me. And he said, I think in German, Nude Nuns with Big Guns is Nude Nuns with Big Guns. And he said that to her. And I'm standing there thinking, okay. And I went, it's a classic. And she looked at me, he looked at me, and they started laughing. So I think he was just saying something about the film, but I was just like, it's a classic, mate. And the girl was smiling too. So it is what it is. And then I got a really nice Blu-ray that I'm more than happy with. Now, I haven't seen this film, my God, since early 80s. I kid you not. We're talking BBC Two maybe on a Saturday night when I was a little punk kid. And that is Slapshot. Who remembers Slapshot? It was only because of the case that I thought I've never seen an orange Blu-ray case before. And this is the German version. Now, it's about an ice hockey team, and there's three brothers in it, and it's the three brothers at the top there. And they're absolute maniacs. And I think Paul Newman is the coach, and he has to turn the team around. I say it's been years since I've seen it, but it was literally because I saw this. It was in a load of Blu-rays, basically. And this one stood out, and I thought, right, do you know what? I'm going to have that. And when I saw it with Slapshot, I was like, I've got to have this film. And that was $7.95. So I was like, I can't go wrong for that. But it has been a long, long time since I've seen it. It could be like 40 years since I've seen that, for crying out loud. Even longer, even bloody longer. And then today I was at a shop called Woolworth. Okay, Woolworth. Not Woolworths that we used to have, but Woolworth. And for €1.50, I picked up some little Hot Wheels. So the first one I got was the Batmobile from the TV series. And this is a nice shade of blue, I think. Turquoise, I don't know. And then I got a nice red or burgundy, if you want to call it that. So I've got that one here as well. And then from the latest Batman film, with Patterson in it, I forgot his name, got that one. So like €1.50 each. I thought that was a bargain. And then I couldn't resist it, but I had to get it. I got, it'll probably end up with a family member, the Fast and Furious first 5 cars. So we've got Fast and Furious, the Fast and the Furious Fast X, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and then Fast. Oh, so there's 2 cars from Fast X. But yeah, so I got all those, and they were only €7. And that was it. It was an unexpected trip. I've enjoyed a couple of beers tonight, and I thought, you know what? I'll just do a little vlog. So yeah, let me know if you've seen any of these, especially if you've seen Night Riders, if you've seen Slapshot, and of course, if you've seen what's it called? Nude Nuns with Big Guns. Yeah, so let me know if you've seen any of them, and what are your thoughts on The Purge, which I actually really, really like all of these films. Anyway, guys, listen, take care, stay safe. I'll see you real soon back in Blighty. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.